Visual, dark screen with a ticking clock sound. Suddenly, a flash of lightning reveals Putin's face. Drenched in sweat, eyes wide open. Music, deep, unsettling synth. Narrator deep, somber voice. The date, November 18, 2025. The place, the Kremlin, Moscow. It was 3:45 a.m. Visual, close-up of Putin in a lavish, yet dark, bedroom. He's gasping, heart pounding. Narrator, President Vladimir. Putin jolted awake in his darkened winter residence. His heart hammered against his ribs, threatening to burst free. This wasn't just a dream. This was a nightmare. A terrifying, state-shattering premonition. Visual, quick, jarring cuts, a dark, granite room. Putin stands alone. A glowing, black sphere. The sphere shows a blurry image of a telecommunications tower exploding in a fiery inferno outside Moscow. Narrator, in his sleep. He saw himself deep within the Kremlin. In a cold, granite chamber. Before him, a shimmering black orb, devoid of markings, began to spin. A horrifying vision bloomed from its depths. A telecommunications tower just outside Moscow, erupting in a massive, smoke-billowing fireball. Then, 1,000 whispers echoed from the orb, chilling him to the bone. Sound whispers, distorted, control, lost. 7 days. No return. Visual, Putin's trembling hand reaching for a stark red button on his bedside table. Narrator, waking in a cold sweat. He slammed his hand down on the red button beside his bed. The emergency, high-security communication line was live. GRU's dark archive. Visual, 2 men, grim-faced, rushing into a dimly lit, high-tech crisis room. FSB Director Nikolai Volkov and GRU Chief Lieutenant General Dmitry Sokolov. Narrator, within minutes. FSB Director Nikolai Volkov and GRU Chief Lieutenant General Dmitry Sokolov were summoned to the presidential crisis room. Their faces betrayed a mix of sleep deprivation and shock. Visual, Putin. Intensely serious. Recounting his dream to the 2 stunned officials. Putin voice firm. Chilling, this was no dream. This was a warning. A telecommunications tower. 7 days. Loss of control. Narrator, Lieutenant General Sokolov, initially skeptical. Saw the raw terror in Putin's eyes and knew this was serious. A chilling thought surfaced from the depths of the GRU's archives. Protocol /Psi 7, the Psychotronic Intelligence Report. Visual. Quick text overlay. Protocol /Psi 7, Soviet ERA Psychic Intel Program. Flashes of old, grainy documents. Narrator /Psi 7. A top-secret, almost paranormal Soviet-era program. It analyzed the dreams of high-ranking leaders, believing their subconscious could foresee impending events. It had been shelved for decades. Until now. Visual, Sokolov, teeth gritted. On a secure line. Sokolov tense. Almost a whisper, Mr. President. We are activating /Psi 7 immediately. Begin scanning all telecommunications towers. But if this information leaks. Putin cutting him off, icy calm, it will not. This stays in this room. Any operation based on this intel will be masked as top-tier external ops. No GRU or FSB agent will know we are chasing a presidential dream. The 7-day countdown. Visual, montage of covert intelligence work, agents poring over blueprints. Nighttime surveillance of communication towers. Computer screens with complex data. Music, ticking clock, increasing in intensity. Narrator, the gears of intelligence began to turn, silently, invisibly. Day 1, all major telecommunication and internet towers around Moscow were shut down for routine maintenance, a convenient cover. FSB teams meticulously examined blueprints, personnel lists, and wiring diagrams. Nothing seemed amiss. Day 3, Lieutenant General Sokolov reported a chilling discovery. The tower outside Moscow from the dream most closely matched one target. Svyaz 3, Connection 3. This critical hub handled 60% of Russia's communication with Western Europe and North America. Day 5, FSB Director Volkov, questioning Svyaz 3 personnel, uncovered a bizarre leave request from a long-serving technician, Andrei Kozlov. Kozlov, a decade of impeccable service, had requested leave, specifically to quit on November 18, the very day of Putin's nightmare. He was to return only the following week. Visual, a missing person poster with Kozlov's face, quickly torn down by a gloved hand. Narrator, Kozlov was gone. Vanished. No return. Visual, Kozlov's family, distraught, being questioned in a dark room. Then, a flash of a dossier revealing Kozlov as a double agent. Narrator, Day 6, the GRU tracked down Kozlov's family. The horrifying truth unraveled, Kozlov was a long-term double agent, leaking highly sensitive data to a Western intelligence service. He had resigned, vanished, and left behind a deadly parting gift visual, Sokolov, his face pale, making a frantic call to Putin. Explosions sound in the distance. Sokolov voice trembling, Mr. President, Kozlov. He planted something in that tower. A timer. Loss of control. It means the complete severing of Russia's communication bridge with the West. 7 days. Tomorrow. Visual. Putin staring out the crisis room window at the gray Moscow sky. A single, heavy snowflake lands on the glass. Narrator, Putin stared out at the grim Moscow sky. A dream, all because of a dream. Visual, nighttime raid on Svyaz, 3. GRU. Alpha teams in snow camouflage, stealthily approaching the tower. Flashlights scanning. Narrator, with mere seconds to spare, the bomb squad neutralized the device. The catastrophe was averted. Epilogue. Visual, montage of newspaper headlines in Russian. Minor electrical fire at Svyaz, 3. Then, the newspapers are quickly discarded. Narrator, the next day, Russian newspapers reported a minor electrical fire at the Svyaz, 3 tower. Quickly brought under control. No one learned the truth. Visual, Putin, Sokolov, and Volkov in the silent, granite crisis room. The air is heavy. Putin, quietly, was Kozlov found? Volkov, shaking his head, no. Mr. President. He vanished without a trace. Putin, and protocol /Psi 7? Visual, Sokolov takes a deep breath, looking at Putin with a new understanding. Sokolov, voice hushed, Mr. President, a dream. Saved an entire nation from blackout. We can never shut this program down now. But this information, visual, Putin looks out the window, a cold, unsettling smile playing on his lips. Putin, this information is now my most terrifying, yet most reliable, intelligence source. Every dream will be our next move. Visual, slow zoom out from Putin's face, then to a wider shot of the Kremlin shrouded in snow, an ominous stillness. Music fades to a single, deep, lingering synth note. Narrator, and from that moment on, Russia's foreign and domestic policy began to be shaped by a terrifying whisper from the president's subconscious, a secret unknown to anyone outside those walls. In the world of intelligence, it was no longer about analyst reports or satellite imagery, but about what Putin would dream next. If a single nightmare can decide the fate of a superpower, imagine the secrets we haven't uncovered yet. Don't let the next global crisis pass you by. Hit that subscribe button right now and ring the notification bell. We dive deep into the real-life conspiracies, hidden history, and classified files that shape our world.